Hey, Helen, it's Carolina from State Adventures. I have been working on your Christmas trip. You mentioned you're not a cruise person, so I reached out to some of my favorite properties in the Galapagos. There are a handful of luxury properties that I wanted to show you. Unfortunately, spaces for next Christmas are already kind of crazy, and I was able to secure 2 rooms at the Finch Bay. That is the resort I'm going to show you and tell you a little bit about of what we can build around staying there. But just so you know, Galapagos is one of those places that people book years in advance. I have a number of people booked for 2024. So it's definitely something to think about when you're planning this Christmas trip and you have specific requirements or needs. Let me share my screen so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm sending over to you. So this trip is for 4 of you. It's a private trip and it will start on the 23rd, which is, the day before Christmas Eve. You're going to fly into Quito. Once you arrive in Quito, I'm going to pick you up, my guide with a State Adventure sign with your names on it, and we'll bring you to Casa Gangotena. Casa Gangotena is the best hotel in Ecuador. It actually won #1 hotel in South America 2 years ago. So it is really a special, special place, especially over Christmas when everything is beautifully decorated and it's really festive in the city. All the indigenous people come down to celebrate as well because there's a mixture of religions in Ecuador. So I think this will be just a stunning place to wake up and be in Ecuador. So we're going to be in Quito for 3 nights. On the 23rd, your arrival. On the 24th, we're going to explore Quito, the equator line. We're going to take you with our private guide anywhere you'd like. So if you love museums, we'll go to Guayasamín Museum. If you love to be outdoors, we'll spend more time at Pichincha Volcano, going up to the gondola ride. Or, of course, the equator line. That's an interesting place to spend a few hours doing all the experiments and learning about being in the middle of the world. So really wonderful city. I have lived here for 3 months myself at one point, and I have been to Ecuador 7 times. I'm actually going back in on Saturday of this week. I'm doing some experimental things on the coast to try to see what we can do for our guests in 2023. So stay tuned. But it's a really wonderful city, huge historical part. So then on the 25th, which is Christmas Day, that guide will come right back and take you down the Avenue of the Volcanoes to Cotopaxi. This is kind of like a countryside of Ecuador. We wanted to give you a glimpse of life there, the villages, the markets, staying at a hacienda for lunch, riding horses if you enjoy riding, going on trails around the active volcano if you prefer to go on foot. Lots of options here, just a day out in the countryside before we head to the Galapagos. And then on December 26th, we're going to take you to the airport. Our Galapagos assistant will take you through all the motions of what it requires to go to the islands. We have somebody at the airport at all times to assist. And then the 2.5 hour flight, and you're in the islands. Once you're in the islands, we have arranged a private guide for your family of 4 to enjoy all the excursions. So even though you're going to be in a hotel with other people, and even though you're going to do some yacht excursions that other people may be on, your private guide will be with you for your family only. So keep that in mind as we plan. Once you land in the Galapagos, we're on Santa Cruz. This is home to the tortoise plantations. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of tortoises here. So right away, we're going to head into the highlands and we're going to visit them. We're going to have lunch up here. It's really beautiful, al fresco. It's like a lush cloud forest kind of feeling. And of course, the tortoises are all over the place. After this tour, we're going to check into the Finch Bay. So this is the hotel that we chose for you. It has the 2 rooms available. If you see, there's only one ocean view is available. The other one is a garden view. So for you and your husband, it'll be the sweet ocean view. For your children, it'll be 2 beds inside a garden view room. I have stayed at this hotel with my family. It is absolutely phenomenal. It is actually the best in the village of Puerto Ayora. It has the best restaurant in the village. It has the best pool in the village. And the beauty about this hotel is its location. It's not smack in the middle of the village. It actually is on a little bay. So you have to take a little boat to get to it. And that allows it to have this beach that's directly across. It's the only beach reachable by, on foot from the village. So it has a lot of special things about it. So do keep that in mind. It's a beautiful 5-star property. And this is where you're going to be staying. This is going to be your hub while we're doing excursions to other sites and other islands. So on the 27th, oh, and I'm sorry, I forgot to mention, dinners will always be inside the restaurant. They have a fantastic chef, great menu. So you will enjoy all your dinners there. Lunches will be scattered regardless of, they're included, but they will depend on where we are that day. So December 27th is going to be your first yacht excursion. So what that means is that we'll pick you up, take you to the port, and with your private guide, you're going to board the cruise. It is a 16-person yacht. It's usually like a luxury yacht. It's quite beautiful, has indoor and outdoor, upstairs, lots of space. We're going to have lunch on board, and we're going to go to some islands nearby. Usually we try to hit either Bartholomew, North Seymour, or Plazas. So there's 3 different options. And so one of those islands will be visited. This is kind of an idea of what the boat looks like. There's an indoor, there's an outdoor where we have lunch in the back, and there's an upstairs for sunbathing and just enjoying the views. And you'll be getting off the boat, you'll be on the boat, you'll be hiking, you'll be snorkeling, you'll be swimming. All of these activities will be arranged for you while you're out and about in the islands. These islands that we'll be visiting while taking the yacht are not inhabited. So they're not villages, they are proper islands just with wildlife, and each one is known for something else. One has a red sanded beach, one has a black sanded beach, one has penguins, one has sea lion colonies. So there's lots of different things that you're going to explore on these excursions. I added this photo here for you to kind of show you how the hotel is located. So the hotel is right here. And if you see, it faces the beach, a very special beach. Some people will actually travel to come to this beach because it's so special. Then there are catwalks all over, and there's a pink salt farm and a cactus farm, cacti farm, and all kinds of different colonies of wildlife. Like there's whole colonies of these massive iguanas that live naturally in this area. Now, if you go on the catwalk this way, this is the little port, and these are where all your boats will pick up and drop you off to come to your hotel. It's a beautiful wooden catwalk. So it's kind of like bird watching and iguana watching on the way. And so the village is just on the other side of this short little bay. So it's literally a 2-minute boat ride, and the boat rides go back and forth. So if you do want to go into the market or go into the village or go grab a coffee, not at the hotel, but in the town, then you just take the little boat ride back and forth. My kids have done it on their own, because the boat ride has a driver. I know your kids are adults, so no problem. They can go out and grab a beer if they want in the afternoons. So you're not stuck in this remote place. It is quite remote, but it also has this access to the village, which I think is fantastic because you're going to be here for a week. So the next day, the way I balance out your tours is some days will be fully on the boat, where you're going to be on the boat majority of the day going to different excursions, but that gets quite tiring if you try to do that back to back. So I do boat and then another excursion and boat and another excursion. So today we're not going to be on boats. We're going to go snorkeling. We're going to go kayaking. We're going to go to Tortuga Bay, Academy Bay. We're going to do all kinds of things around Baltra and Santa Cruz Islands. So lots of different adventures. You're going to be really active. You're going to be outside. It goes at your own pace. It's the 4 of you with your guide. We're going to have lunch somewhere outdoors and then come back for dinner to your hotel. So it's quite a nice combination. Here's a photo of those catwalks that are surrounding the hotel left and right. So as you see, it's a really nice way to walk. You can go by day, by night. It's quite safe. Your Galapagos is this really protected archipelago. And also there's not a lot of predators in here, except maybe some sharks in the deeper waters. So it's quite safe to explore wherever you see catwalks. Now, the next day, we're going to go back on that boat and we're going to hit another island, such as Bartholomew, which is this that I show you here. I love this island. It's one of my favorites because it feels like you're on Mars. And there is a baby penguin colony here, and you always see them swimming around you. So it's quite a special place, and we always go here. It's quite a bit of a hike on here. There's catwalks that go all the way to the peaks. So lots of different adventures for you on Bartholomew. And then again, lunch will be on board, and then dinner will be at the hotel. I added this photo because this is literally on the beach right by Finch Bay Hotel. And these are the large iguanas that I told you that are all over the place. It's quite amazing because you can get some beautiful photos of them. And then on December 30th, we're not going to go back on the boat. We're going to explore other places, and that's Las Grietas, which I'll show you a photo of, and then also Garapatero Beach. So I want you to have one day where you can actually go to the beach, lay out in a chair, or on a towel, which is unusual for the Galapagos. You don't see that a lot. Galapagos is all about go, 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 excursions. So I like to include some parts where you can go to this beautiful white sand beach and enjoy some swimming. And of course, there'll be turtles and all kinds of animals all around you, but you will have some relaxation. Now, Las Grietas is this fantastic place, the best snorkeling place in the islands here. It's surrounded by these caves. The water is quite cold. It's fantastic. The water is very blue-green. Everybody really enjoys going here. Dinner at Finch Bay, and then December 31st is your New Year's Eve. We're gonna have a special dinner at the Finch Bay, but during the day we'll go out on a boat and we'll go to Santa Fe, which is a great place to go snorkeling. You will see penguins here. You will see marine turtles. You will see lots of beautiful colors on the island themselves because there's lots of different flora and fauna growing there. And then January 1st, we wake up, we have beautiful breakfast at the Finch Bay, we check out, I'll take you back to the airport, you fly to the mainland, such as Quito or Guayaquil, whichever airport suits you for your flight home, and you take your international flight home. We will organize all the logistics, but I wanted to show you how Galapagos can work for a private kind of experience, but still be in the hubbub of things, staying at a hotel, be near the village, but not be in this massive tours and buses and groups and really do something special. So that's the trip. It's $88.99 based on 4 people. Let me know what you think. I'm going to stop sharing right now. I'll send you this link, and I look forward to hearing from you. I'm going to request the Finch Bay to hold those 2 rooms for us, maybe for 48 hours. I'll wait to hear from you if you like the hotel or not. If not, we'll continue searching. But happy travels.